So welcome back, guys. Today I'll be taking you through LESS CSS partials. Now, partials are basically just small chunks of CSS code that you can import into other LESS files. Normally, they'll contain styles for specific components or sections of your web page. So the whole idea of this is just to break down your CSS into logical sections, making it easier to find and update specific styles. So to explain partials, let's just create a dummy content, that is our HTML file. So in our HTML file, I'll create some HTML code. So I'll say header and I'll give it a class of header. Then inside the header, I'll create h1 and just put some content there. Welcome to my web page. So below the header, I'll create a section. So let me just call it main, and then within the main section, I'll create a section again and call it, give it a heading about us, and then write some paragraph. I'll add lorem, and then below this I'll create another section and then add an anchor tag, and I'll give it a class button, and I'll write here learn more. So from here, when I open this in live server, you can see that is what we have. So now we are going to create a file just for this example, and I'll call it styles. And inside the styles, I'll create new folders. I'll call one base, and then I'll create another folder and call that components. So in the base file, I'll create a new file and I'll name it _reset.less, and then I'll create another one as well, _typography.less. Then in the components, I'll create _buttons.less. Then I'll also create header _header.less. So now we have those two folders with different components in it. And then just within the styles, let's create another new file. And in this new file, I'll call it main.less. For now, let's remove these previous LESS folders that we had created. So I'm just going to delete them because we don't need them now. All right, so now that is what we have. So now we need to compile this main.less into CSS. So I'll just open terminal, then I'll just say LESS C, that is LESS compiler, and I put my folder name, which is styles, and then my main.less. And then we want it to compile into styles./main.css. So I'll check for spellings, and then press enter. So you can see now we have main.css created right here. So we are now going to watch. So we shall say let's watch compiler, and then our folder, which is styles, and then also watch styles and main.less. Press enter. So now we are all set up. It will be watching our directory. Now back to what we have created. So inside the main.less file, first of all, we are going to import all the files that we created here before we even write anything. So let me write here. Sorry, we have to do this in main.less, not main.css. So I'll do this, import styles. So to import styles, we are just going to use @import, and then we are importing from base/reset.less. So inside reset.less, we are going to, let's say styles/base_reset.less. So in the reset file, I'll just do star. This is a general style. I'll say margin 0. I'll say padding 0. And I'll say box sizing, border box. And that is all for the reset. Then for typography.less, so let me just put this and then change this to, this is base/typography. So this is slash. Typography, we can say body, font family, let's say Arial, sans serif, and let's say line height, give it 1.6. Then we can say H1 and say font size 2 EM, then margin bottom 0.5 EM. Now let us add this to our main.less as well. So we are going to import, and then also we are going to import base slash the reset.less. We're just going to add margin 0, padding 0, box sizing, border box, and that is all. And then inside the typography, we are going to add some more here. Let's say H2, and we give it font size of 1.5. If you're using pixels, use pixels throughout. If you're using EM, use that throughout. So button, margin bottom rather, I'll give it 0.5. Then I'll also style the paragraph. And then for every paragraph that we have in our web page, we shall do margin bottom of 1 em. Now let's head over to buttons.less. So here we shall get it from styles, components, the file, which is buttons.less. Now from here, we shall say button, and then we can give it a display inline block. So let me go to index.html, and then we shall link our style sheet here, which is main.css. Let's change this. So we shall say it's in styles, main.css. So we are able to see some changes. Let's say padding, 10 pixels, 20 pixels. Then color, let's make it white. Background color, BFF. Then let's say border, none. Text align center, text decoration, none. Then here we can do nesting here, and then give it hover, and then I'll give it a background color 56B3. And that is what we have for our button style. So now let's go to our header.less. Yeah, we shall say styles/components header.less. So inside the header, we shall say the header class. We give it a background color 333. Give it a color of white. We're giving a padding of 20 pixels. Then text align center. Then within the header, we can also nest it and do H1 and give it a margin 0, font size 2.5. And that is it. So when you go out here, you can see our styles are not taking effect. So let's check our terminal. You can see there is a bunch of errors. It's not, these styles are not being imported. So after that, we are going to import all our styles that we have written in the button, header, also the base, which is reset, etc. And then import them into the main.less file. And then here, we are going to link our main.css here. And so every time we want to make changes, we can just make the changes in here. So for example, if I want to change the button color, I'll just come here to the button.less and then change its color. So let's say maybe orange, something like that. And then also a lighter version of that. Then after making those changes, wait for them to recompile. So after recompiling, you can see that you can style the header. All this, you can add styles in it to suit whatever you want. The buttons, you can see that. And you can see also for typography, everything has been taken in. So basically, that's how to use patches in LESS CSS.